Greetings and welcome back to another watch review on my channel, and today we're going to be looking at a watch from the company Stowa, their Stowa Marine Classic 40, a lovely little dress watch, at least in my opinion. But before we do that, as always, what am I wearing today? Wristwatch check. Today I'm wearing my Seagull 1963 on the original olive NATO strap it came with. This is actually the first watch I have ever reviewed on this channel in Serbian, and an English review will be coming very soon. I really love this little watch. So now let's switch perspectives, take a closer look at the Stowa, and then come back here to talk about the positives and negatives, and overall if I recommend you buying this watch. And because this is an unboxing and review, let's unbox the watch first. So, if you've seen any older Stowa watch reviews, you would see that it comes in this metal case. However, Stowa changed its packaging in recent years because of the environment, which is okay. So just keep in mind that the packaging has changed. It comes in a big cardboard box with a very nice printing, and inside the box you get a brochure, a receipt, and this wooden box. This wooden box doesn't really have any details anywhere on it. It's just a wooden box, and you lift the lid open, and inside you get your guarantee card and your Stowa watch. So this is the guarantee card, and it says on the back, Marine Classic 40, Roman with date, hand winding, July 2020. So I got this watch almost 2 years ago. How time flies when you're having fun. And we have at the start of the show our Stowa Marine Classic 40. Let's just take off this thing and take a closer look at it. So the packaging is very basic, it's very minimal, but I guess it serves its function. However, I wish it was the old packaging because I think the old metal box is very cool. Here's the Stowa watch, and let's start with the dimensions as we always do. The diameter of the watch is 40 millimeters, if it wasn't obvious enough from the name. The thickness, or should I say slimness, of the watch is only 9.2 millimeters thin. The lug width is 20 millimeters, and the lug to lug distance is 48.5 millimeters, and those are the dimensions. The case is, the finishing of the case is fully polished, so it's polished on all sides, and it is an excellent level of polishing, if I do say so myself. So we have it on the side, we have it on the top of the lugs, everything is polished, and the case material is 316L stainless steel, which is expected at this price point, let's be honest. The crown is at the 3 o'clock position. It is an onion style crown. Why did they choose this design? Well, it's because the old marine watches used to have the onion style crown as well, and it's very easy to operate, very easy to grip, so it is a thumbs up from me. The onion crown is at 3 o'clock position, as I said, and it is a push-pull crown, so you can pull it to the first or second position to set your watch. When you finish setting your watch, you just push it back in and it is good to go. And the water resistance of this watch is declared at 50 meters. The crystal of the watch is a sapphire crystal, so it's sapphire on the front and the back. How will we know it's a sapphire crystal? Well, of course, we will be using our Diamond Selector 2 tool. If you want to purchase this tool, link is in the description of the video. It is an affiliate link, so if you buy it, you will be helping my channel out a lot. It's a very inexpensive item, but it is pretty useful to have, especially if you're into watches. And if you get yellow triangles or rectangles, sorry, it means that the watch has sapphire crystal. So let's put it to the test. Of course, it is sapphire. Let's see on the back. Again, positive for sapphire, which is awesome because sapphire is very, very scratch resistant. It's not impossible to scratch, but it is very scratch resistant nonetheless. Now let's take a look at the dial of the watch, and the dial is this gorgeous white. It almost looks like an enamel dial, however it's not. I kind of wish it was, but it's not. And the hour markers are all Roman numerals, and they are all printed in the color black. However, at the 6 o'clock position, we only have one line instead of the VI, which is Roman numerals for 6. That is because of the date cutout. If you have the no date version, then you have a VI at the 6 o'clock position. So like I said, the numerals are all printed in black, and also we have this the minute markers all around the dial as well, with the triangle at the 12 o'clock position. As you can see, the quality of the printing is to a very high level at this price point. And we also have the Stowa logo below the 12 o'clock position. It is in gray color, it's not in black. And that's pretty much it. There is no more text on the dial except for the Stowa logo, so it's very minimal, very, very elegant. And the date cutout is above the 6 o'clock position with the little date window. And that's it for the dial. It's very simple, very minimalistic. I love it. The hands on the watch are the leaf style hands, and they are blue. However, they are not painted blue. They are in fact thermally blued, which means they are a lot less prone to corrosion over time, which is of course excellent. And as well, it plays with the light in a very nice way. As you can see, when we move the hands in some angles, it looks completely black, and then you can see how it's this beautiful white color. If you paint the hands blue, it still can't really capture the thermally blue hands, like as you can see on my seagull. My seagull also has blue hands, however they are painted blue, not thermally blued, and there is a definite difference with how it plays with the light. As you can see, the second hand is going smoothly around the dial, which indicates that this is in fact a mechanical movement. So the movement powering this watch is the ETA 2804. The ETA 2804 is basically a version of the ETA 2824 without the rotor. It beats at 28,800 beats per hour. It has 42 hours of power reserve, and it has a hacking and hand winding function. The decoration of this movement is very well decorated. It has Côte de Genève on it, which is, because this is a German watch, it's called Glashütte striping, with the Stowa golden text on the movement as well. Also, it has thermally blued screws on the movement, like with the hands, it is also thermally blued. Overall, the movement looks beautiful. Sometimes I just like to flip the watch over and look at the movement. I don't even care what time it is. Also on the case back, we have some more information. So stainless steel, sapphire crystal, waterproof, 5 ATM or 50 meters. Made in Germany, of course. Stowa since 1927. Marine hand winding. Beautiful, beautiful case back. I love to look at the case back. Now we can show you how to set the watch. So it's a push-pull crown. So we pull the crown to the first position, and we can set our date by moving the crown upwards. So we can change the date. When we pull the crown to the second position, the second hand stops, so the movement is hackable, and we can just set our time to whatever we need, and then we just push the crown back in, and it is good to go. Now let's take a look at the strap. So it comes in this excellent leather strap from Stowa. It's very rare for a default leather strap to be this good quality. It's soft, it's supple, instantly as you take it out of the box for the first time. It's in black color. Below it's this cream color with the Stowa logo, and since 1927, and it also has this Stowa buckle with the Stowa logo on it as well. So it is a very good quality strap. Stowa actually, when you buy the watch, Stowa actually asks you what is your wrist size, so they can adjust the leather strap to your wrist. And finally, the last thing we have to do is to show you how it looks on my wrist, or on my arm, my hand. And I have a 6.34 inches, 6 3/4 inches is the wrist circumference of mine. It is, what, 17 centimeters of a diameter, or circumference, sorry. And this is how the watch looks on my wrist. I think it looks pretty well. I mean, the 36mm version would look better, obviously, but the 40mm version looks good as well. Keep in mind, however, because there is basically no bezel on this watch, it is all dial, that the watch wears bigger. It wears more like a 41 or 42mm watch instead of a 40mm watch. So just be warned. And that's it regarding the Stowa watch close-up. Now let's go back to the original perspective, talk about the positives and negatives, and overall if I recommend you buying this watch. Okay, so we are back, and that was the Stowa Marine Classic 40 close-up. So now let's talk about the positives and negatives of this watch, as we always do, starting with the positives, because there are so many positives to be said. The first one would be the history of the brand. So Stowa is almost 100 years old at this point, and it has had its part in some of the major world events like World War II. So Stowa actually made Flieger watches for the German Luftwaffe, along with IWC, Langensunne, Wempe, and Laco. So it definitely has some history behind it. So you have a brand with some horological significance on your wrist. Next would have to be the finishing of the watch. So the polishing of the case is excellent. The actual dial is beautiful with the crisp printing, the white dial that almost looks like it's enamel, and of course the gorgeous blued hands. Along with that, the finishing on the movement is beautiful, again with the blued screws, with the glashütte striping. Just wonderful finishing overall on this watch. Talking about the movement is also a big plus. So we have the ETA 2804 in this watch. Today you can't really get ETA movements, you get Sellita movements, but they're basically the same thing. So you get a reliable workhorse movement, which is easily repairable. So more or less any watchmaker can repair this movement, and the parts are easy to assemble, or sorry, to find, not assemble. So overall, this will be very, very easy to maintain. Of course, taking into consideration the finishing and the movement, the price of this watch, I believe, is more than fair. You get a lot for your money, so this is excellent bang per buck, as the Americans say. The size is also a plus. This is a 40mm watch. I personally prefer smaller watches, but you can get this watch in a 36mm size, and I do believe in a 43mm size as well. Why I got the 40mm? Well, basically because the 40mm was on discount, so I wasn't patient enough to wait for a 36 to be on discount, so I just bought this one. I should have been patient because I could have gotten the 36mm, but I still love this watch, don't get me wrong. The size is still great, just that I don't prefer this one, but you can get it in so many sizes. It's excellent. Another plus is the customizability of the watch. So like I said, you have to choose between different sizes, 36, 40, and 43mm. You can choose if you want to have a date or no date on the watch, logo or no logo, Roman or Arabic numerals. The movement, you can choose if you want to have a hand winding or automatic movement. Do you want a higher grade automatic movement? Also, you can customize the movement. You can put like your initials or something on it. And also, one more thing you can do, although it's not specifically mentioned on the site, you can ask Stowa for a different finishing on your watch. So for example, this is fully polished, but I could have asked for a fully brushed case, for example, and Stowa usually does as you request. So customizability is wonderful with this watch. And finally, the strap monster. This watch is a strap monster because of the dial layout and the dial color. So you can have a black strap, a brown strap, a blue strap, a gray strap. It goes well with a mesh strap. I think Stowa sells a mesh strap on their site, and I think this would look great on this watch. So many, many positives definitely to be had. And now let's talk about the negatives. To be honest, I cannot really find any negatives. If this watch was a lot more expensive, then yes, I would say maybe this watch is overpriced, but considering the price and the movement and the finishing and the history and everything you get with this watch, I really can't say that there are any negatives I can think of personally. Please, if you do have a negative, leave it in the comments down below. Oh, also I forgot to mention with the positives, it has a sapphire crystal on both sides, so of course that is a positive. Sapphire crystal is always positive in my book. But yeah, I really can't think of any negatives on this watch. Do I recommend you buying it? I think it's more than obvious. Yes, I think you cannot go wrong with Stowa. They have also their Flieger line, which is amazing. They have their Antel line, which is more of a Bauhaus style design. I don't know. I really like this brand. I like the history, I like the price, I like the aesthetics, I like everything about it. Maybe they can work a little bit more in their marketing, but you know, it's just something they should maybe look more into so they can be a bit more popular. Because really I don't want to see them go bankrupt or something. I want them to stay here in the watch world for a long, long time to come. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this review. If you liked the video, as always, leave a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, leave a thumbs down, and maybe give me a suggestion on how I can improve my content. Subscribe if you want to see more wristwatch or fragrance videos on my channel. And until next time, guys, have a great day and goodbye.